Making headlines, President appoints members to JSC and CSC. Foreign Minister affirms that discussions will be held to streamline arrangements for Maldivians residing in Sri Lanka. And Sports Minister attributes increase in NCDs to inactivity.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PSM News in English with me, Hafiz Absatar. And now the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz appoints new members to the Judicial Service Commission JSC in a ceremony held at the President's office. The appointees include the Speaker of Parliament, Abdul Rahim Abdullah, and a Member of Parliament for the Mafushi constituency, Hussein Riza Adam. These individuals will represent the Parliament on the JSC. The oath of office was administered by the Honorable Supreme Court Justice Dr. Muhammad Ibrahim. Following the oath-taking ceremony, President Muiz presented the official letters of appointment to the newly appointed members. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz appoints a member to the Civil Service Commission, SCS. The ceremony to the appointment letter was held at the President's office. At the ceremony, the President appointed Fatmat Habiba to the Commission. The Honorable Supreme Court Justice Dr. Muhammad Ibrahim administered the oath of office. After the oath-taking ceremony, the President presented the newly inducted members with the official letter of appointment. Minister of Foreign Affairs Musa Zamir affirms that discussions will be held to streamline arrangements for Maldivians residing in Sri Lanka. The statement was made by the minister at Velana International Airport, VIA, prior to his departure for an official visit to Sri Lanka. Minister Zamir departed for Sri Lanka following an invitation extended by Sri Lankan's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ali Sabri. Before his departure, the minister spoke to PSMNEWS, stating that he will engage in important discussions with high-profile dignitaries of the Sri Lankan government, including meetings with the President of Sri Lanka, Ranil Wickremesinghe, and the Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. The Minister of Foreign Affairs revealed that Minister Zamir will focus on strategies aimed at bolstering and fortifying the enduring relationship between the two nations. Additionally, the discussions will pertain to optimizing arrangements for Maldivians residing in Sri Lanka. Minister of Sports, Fitness and Recreation Abdullah Rafiu highlights the significant rise in non-communicable disease due to an inactive lifestyle. He made these remarks during the opening ceremony of the third round table meeting organized in collaboration with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and the Ministry of Sports, Fitness and Recreation. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Rafiu stressed the critical importance of regular exercise and physical fitness in preventing non-communicable diseases. He expressed concern over the increasing prevalence of such diseases in the Maldives, attributing it primarily to the lack of physical activity caused by modern sedentary lifestyles. He further pointed out that technological advancements have contributed to weight gain and a higher incidence of diseases such as obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and cancer, which are extremely challenging to manage without a healthy lifestyle. The meeting also featured the introduction of the Fit Maldives application, the first fitness app in the Maldives with the premium features designed to promote a healthy lifestyle. Additionally, UNICEF's representatives to the Maldives, Dr. Edward Adai, emphasized the rising healthcare cost and the necessity of maintaining an active lifestyle to foster a healthy society. The primary objective of the roundtable meeting was to develop a comprehensive action plan for promoting a healthy and active lifestyle. As part of this initiative, the Kaging Hingama activity aimed at encouraging a healthy lifestyle was launched. The meeting was attended by officials from the health and fitness sectors. Minister of State for Education Dr. Ahmad Muhammad reveals that conducting vocational training programs within the education system is an aim of the administration. This was announced by the minister during the inaugural ceremony of an educational program under the development of Maldives National Technical and Vocational Education and Training (TVET) policy. The vocational training programs, which will be held for the students between grade 6 and grade 12, aims to teach valuable life skills for the students. The program is conducted in joint collaborative efforts of the Maldives National Skills Development Authority, Ministry of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development, and Colombo Plain Staff College. Meanwhile, the Maldives Enhancing Employability and Resilience of Youth project under the World Bank is poised to offer assistance to the undertaking. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Dr. Ahmad underscored the crucial importance of augmenting the life skills programs within the school environment, outlining plans to integrate TVET initiatives into the curriculum for students at different educational stages. The minister revealed plans to integrate programs into the curriculum for the students in Key Stage 3, aiming to enhance the knowledge of students on the TVET fields. Moreover, he envisioned to introduce various objectives related to the fields for Key Stage 4 and to also introduce a TVET stream for the students of Key Stage 5. During the ceremony, Minister of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development, Dr. Mariam Maria stressed the significance of issuing TVET policies at a national level. The minister articulated that such programs are instrumental in cultivating a skilled workforce, thereby fortifying the nation's economic trajectory over the long term. The primary objective of the program is to meticulously review the predetermined objectives set for the formulation of TVET policies and to identify the challenges encountered to achieve the goals. Additionally, the program aims to thoroughly examine the previous strategic plans while drafting a strong TVET policy framework which can be utilized in the future. This policy framework will assist to facilitate the creation of a curriculum tailored to vocational education and training, the efficacious implementation of strategic plans, and the equitable dissemination of resources nationwide. Furthermore, the Maldives National Skills Development Authority affirmed the development of a system to monitor the training progress and ensuring the evaluation and quality of the training as well. It also confirmed to strengthen linkages with the labour industries as well. In a concerted effort to actualize the aspirations, discussions have been made to conduct the program over a 5-day period, with sessions to be delivered by international subject matter experts. A total of 60 participants in the TVET sector will partake in the comprehensive program. Five parliamentarians is appointed to preside over the parliament in the absence of the speaker and the deputy speaker. According to parliament regulations, members with the longest serving period are given a priority for this role. If parliamentarians have served for equal terms, seniority is determined based on additional criteria specified in the rules. The appointed members and their service periods are as follows. Parliamentarian Ahmad Siam, who has served for 19 years and 3 months. Parliamentarian Qasim Ibrahim, who has served for 15 years. Parliamentarian Ahmad Salim, who has served for 15 years. Parliamentarian Abdul Ghaffur Musa, who has served for 15 years. And Parliamentarian Ahmad Tariq, who has served for 10 years. These members will preside over the Parliament according to their service length, ensuring continuity and adherence to procedural laws. The current Parliament includes 93 members, with 26 having served in previous terms. The Parliament approves parliamentarian Ibrahim Sujau as a member of the Clemency Board in accordance with the Clemency Act. Sujau's name was the only nomination submitted for the Clemency Board. His nomination was proposed by parliamentarian Ibrahim Falah, the leader of the People's National Congress (PNC) parliamentary group, and was seconded by parliamentarian Muhammad Ismail. Sujau's appointment was further confirmed with 88 votes in his favor. The Clemency Board includes members from various sectors such as legal, education, health and social work, as well as Islamic scholars. Additionally, it comprises a member of the civil society organizations, a member of the payroll board, a judiciary representative, and a member appointed by the parliament. Currently, parliamentarian Muhammad Shifau is the only member of the Clemency Board who also served in the previous parliament. President Yoon Suk Yeol announces billions of dollars in new aid and investment support for Africa as South Korea looks to boost trade ties with the continent.
Seoul is hosting delegations from 48 African countries for a major summit, which Yoon had told the AFP would aim to secure deals on everything from critical minerals to infrastructure projects. At the opening of the event, Yoon pledged that the South Korean government would double its current official development aid to Africa to $10 billion by 2030 and would also provide $14 billion of export financing to help Korean firms expand trade and investment across the continent. Yoon said they will also actively contribute to Africa's regional economic integration efforts through the African Continental Free Trade Zone, which was launched in 2019. The AFCFTA is styled as the biggest free trade accord in the world in terms of population, gathering 54 out of 55 African countries, with Eritrea the only holdout. Yoon also vowed to accelerate agreements on multiple other trade partnerships. While South Korea is eager to expand infrastructure and energy cooperation with African nations, Yoon said the East Asian country was mindful of the impact of climate change on the continent. Citing projects such as the Olkaria geothermal power plant in Kenya and the construction of the battery energy storage system in South Korea, Korea will continue to expand its green ladder and respond to the climate change crisis with African countries. Earlier, Yoon told there was a myriad of viable projects where Korea and Africa can collaborate across the entire field of infrastructure. He added that could include the construction of roads, railways, airports and ports, smart city systems, including smart transportation, and the establishment of master plans.
Indonesia's Mount Ibu erupts again and spewed thick black ash and dark clouds 5,000 meters into the air.
The volcano that is located on an island in the eastern North Maluku province erupted for more than 2 minutes on Tuesday morning, according to the chief of Indonesia's geology agency. A 26-second time-lapse video distributed by Indonesia's geological agency showed the eruption with red sparks at the top of the volcano, followed by a thick column of ash spewing out material including volcanic ash and sand. The video was recorded from the observation post, which is located next to an evacuation site in a field of Gam Iki village. Several evacuation tents have been put up to accommodate the evacuees. At the time of the eruption, the wind was blowing to the west and volcanic material was carried by the wind down to a field where residents evacuated after previous eruptions were living. Mount Ibu has been continually erupting since early May.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin meets with Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet during a one-way visit to push for stronger military ties with China's closest ally in Southeast Asia.
He also met with President of the Senate Hun Sen and Defense Chief Tay Seha in the capital, Phnom Penh, in what he described on the social media X as a chance to explore opportunities to deepen bilateral defense relationship. Austin arrived from a visit to Singapore, where he attended the Shangri-La Dialogue and held talks with his Chinese counterpart, Admiral Dong Jun. The US and China have gradually worked to repair lines of communications between their militaries that could be critical as tensions continue to rise between the two in the Indo-Pacific region. US relations with Cambodia have been more frosty for years, in large part because of Phnom Penh's close ties with China and particularly China's military presence at a navy base in the Gulf of Thailand that has been upgraded with Beijing's assistance. Washington has also been vocal about what it sees as Cambodia's poor human rights record, which has seen continuing clampdowns on political dissidents and critics. Cambodian officials denied China will have any special basing privileges and said their country maintains a neutral defense posture. The visit was Austin's first visit to Cambodia since Hun Manet became Prime Minister last year, succeeding his father Hun Sen, who held office for 38 years. The handover has led to speculation of a reset in US-Cambodia relations, though so far Hun Manet has maintained his father's policies.
Kyrie Irving meets with the media, taking time out of the Dallas Mavericks preparations for Thursday's Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Irving will face several of his former teammates as the Mavs take on the Boston Celtics in a matchup of the teams with the NBA's two best records since 1st February. Boston has gone 39-9 in that span, Dallas 36-15. Irving was an all-star in both of his Boston seasons, then left as a free agent to join the Brooklyn Nets in 2019, a few months after vowing really that he would be staying with the Celtics. There have been some interesting moments in his returns to Boston. He's been routinely booed and had a water bottle thrown at him, while he's been fined for making an obscene gesture and raised ire by stomping on the Celtics' leprechaun logo at midcourt following a Brooklyn playoff win there. The Celtics won the two head-to-head meetings against the Mavericks in this regular season, 119-110 at Dallas on 22nd January and then 138-110 in Boston on 1st March.
Half a year after the nation's capital bid an emotional farewell to its giant pandas, the National Zoo is expecting a renewed surge in panda mania with the announcement that two more of the furry black and white icons will be returning to Washington.
The zoo announced that a fresh agreement had been struck with the Chinese government and a pair of adult pandas would be arrived by the end of the year. The zoo said the incoming pair are Bao Li and Ging Bao. Mariel Lely, one of the panda keepers at the Smithsonian National Zoo, said that the announcement of the new pandas couldn't have come any sooner.
I'm so inspired by pandas because they're such a conservation success story, and it shows that humans can really help with animal conservation when we all put our minds together and try.
Yael Krigman, who owns a bakery directly across the street from the zoo, said she always had been hoping out that new pandas would come to the zoo. Giant pandas are icons in Washington and beloved around the nation and the world. Pandas have been the symbol of US-China friendship since Beijing sent a pair to the National Zoo in 1972. Sheena Alexander Travers, a Washington, D.C. resident, said that she had hoped that the US would work out an agreement with the Chinese government.
And that's all we have for this hour. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a very pleasant day ahead.
අලුන් වෙන්නකේ අලුන් වෙන්න නුවාණකම වෙච්ච කමුග වඤ්ඤාම එම්මෙ ෆුර්තම එක නුවාණ බුණාණ මීහු
ඒකි රොංගුරොංගු අලුමෙන්ගේ ගවම හිදුමෙක්කොත් දෙවාෆා අදි හිදුමතුග මිහාරොස් දෙමිතිබේ බේෆුණුන්ගේ අදදු වරගින
අසුග කමෙක් කුරුමුගේ එම්මෙ මුහිම්ම කමකි ෂෝයින්නු යත
ಕ್ಲಬ್ತಕ ಆಮ್ದನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ತ ಕೊಳ ಜಿಹುಣೀಮ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ವರ್ಗದ ವೆಗೆಂತಾನೆ
ಎಬೇಫುಣ್ಗೆ ತಜುರುಬಾಯ ವಾಹಕ ಫುಳುತ ತಿಬೇಫುಣ್ಣ ಬೆಗೆಂದಾಣಿ ವರ ಶಾವುಗೋರಿ ಮುಹಿಮುವಾ